welcome to the stage, Mike Zakarian.
Good morning. What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. We're back at it. Who do we got in the streets this morning? I see Boston based. We got a Bandy sighting now. He's been a little psychotic this morning. We got Jump Shooty in here. Sneeps is here. Good morning. Matic Auto. Who else? Chop Shot Common Man. Sanders here. Badavine's here. Stubbs. We the People. Good morning. Good morning. Weisberg's here. New Swami. Good to see everybody. Hope you guys are having a good morning. Snoopaloop up in here. As always, make sure you like the stream, subscribe, share it with your friends, call your relatives, get everybody in here. We're going to get the house pumping. This is what we're doing today. A little agenda for you, so you know where we are, you know. We're going to go over last night's action. Okay, Fernandez is here. You know Eric's here just to scream about Emmanuel quickly. Also, Kono's here. Chicken Frick, good to see everybody. We're going to go over last night's NBA action, which I think should be I feel a little bit faster than yesterday, right? Because yesterday we went over all the games. We don't have as many to go over. There's also some duds on the slate too. So we're going to move through that a little bit quickly. I want to talk some Embiid stuff as well when we get to that Nuggets-Sixers game. Let's talk. We'll look at the standings. We'll look at the schedule. I also want to talk. Listen, everybody lost their mind over a tweet yesterday regarding So Rare and Top Shot. I just want to talk about that whole space in general a little bit, and that's how we'll close out the show. So ready to roll. Oh my God, there's a Balla in the house. Borland's here. The Andersons got tickets to the game. Yeah. So let's go. Let's get into it. Just a reminder too. We have shows. Every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern. Get excited for it. I don't know if we have Watch Your Work tonight, but I do know that tomorrow, Shot Tank is back. I believe it's on TST's channel. I won't be there. I'm going to the Knicks Heat game. Hell yeah. And then on Thursday, we'll have the 89 Cavs return. A lot of fun stuff coming at you for the rest of the week. So get excited. Mike Basson, thanks for being here. All right, we ready? Let's go. We ready? This also want this one to be interactive. So if you guys have stuff you want to talk about today, if you have some specific things that we need to hit, just let me know. Let's do it. Also, why don't we fire up a giveaway too, just like old school. All right. And whether you are So Rare or Top Shot, if you have whoever wins this thing, it'll be dealer's choice. So, and we're gonna stay true to last night's action. Like the stream, subscribe, put hashtag Wolves into the chat. We'll fire that bad boy up right away. Also, just caught my oversubscribed email. So hi, Mike's mom and dad. Yeah, for those oversubscribers, you guys saw the good email. You saw the email. So that's just for you though. That's just for the oversubscribers, right? That is what we say. That's like behind the paywall, literally behind the paywall. All right, let's get into last night's basketball action. We had some fun one. The Bucks have 3 games this week, right? So they immediately took the foot off the gas after, they had a tough back-to-back with Utah and Denver. So Giannis sat, Drew Holiday sat. I imagine later this week we'll see Brook Lopez sit and Chris Middleton sit, maybe Bobby Portis. But they played last night against the Pistons. Fun fantasy game. I don't know how many people actually watched this game. Like Snoopaloop, I know you're a Bucks fan, right? Did you even watch this game? Bucks won 126-117. Chris Middleton rounding into form a little bit here. He dropped 34, 8, and 5. Brook Lopez, baby, 24 and 14. A lot of guys that we talked about on Live Before Lock had nice nights. Bobby Portis with the 21 and 14, little dub. Javon Carter at 22. On the Detroit, Brolo has been going stupid. He really has. Like, I was pretty set on Sabonis being third team all NBA, and I still think he probably should be, but Brook Lopez is right there. Like, one of them is going to make it. And Brook Lopez, like, give him the defensive player of the year. Just do it. Javon Carter dropped 22. Yeah, on Detroit side of thing, Jaden Ivey, man, normally these rookies hit these walls here down the stretch. I feel like he hit his wall a month ago and is kind of shaking it off. He had a nice night. He had 32, 8, and 8. Wiseman with 14 and 6. And then Jalen Duren, who's been coming off the bench with a double-double, had 18 and 10. Good win for Milwaukee. Good loss for Detroit. Milwaukee still, I think they have a 2-game lead over the Celtics here. I think it's 2 games. We'll take a look at it in a little bit. But yeah, good win for Milwaukee. And they get to rest Giannis, rest Holiday, get them ready for that Thursday night game against the Celtics. Want to make sure they're ready to go because that truly is a good one. All right, let's keep going. Yeah, and so they have the Celtics and Philly later this week. So made sense that they that they gave him a little rest. Let's go. Mavs Pacers. So the league, the NBA Referee Association, the league, whatever we call it, they rescinded Luka's technical foul from the day before against the Hornets, which means Luka got to play against the Pacers last night. This game was gross. Mavs won 127-104, but no one really did anything. Like, Luka played 28 minutes. He dropped a 25-7 and 6 line. Jaden Hardy continues to perform like pretty well off the bench. I don't know if he just like benefited from those like 2 weeks with no Luka and no Kyrie, and he was just starting getting a bunch of shots up. But he dropped 20 off the bench. Yeah, we the people. I agree. I watched like a little bit of this. Like, they still looked bad even though they got a W. I totally agree. And the Pacers were without Halliburton, without Miles Turner. So the Pacers were like, you guys can have this one. But Benedict Mathurin dropped 26 and 4. Solid performance from him. Nembhard 17, 5 and 5. And then TJ McConnell 15, 7 and 5. So listen, Dallas got a much needed W, right? If they lost that game, like, truly season over. So avoided a true disaster, even though this weekend was a disaster. Yeah, Common Man said, we are bad. I know. I feel for you. We are Common Man. You're the only person, but I do feel for you. Anyways, all right. Knicks beat the Rockets last night. Bing bong, boys. They dropped 137. Jalen Brunson was ruled out pretty late. Emmanuel Quickley dropped 40 and 9. I had a question for everybody. So Emmanuel Quickley has like vaulted himself into the sixth man awards. And I wonder, how do you guys view this? And I'm not saying he shouldn't win the sixth man. I'm fine if he wins the sixth man. I'm wondering how you guys view the sixth man. Like, does the sixth man, and I guess initially I was like, I wasn't going to give, I don't know if it counts as much if like you're putting up all your big stats as a starter, right? So he's not really doing it off the bench. However, part of the role as the sixth man is like next man up, right? So I don't know. Maybe do you guys count, like, and Knicks fans, listen, I know Fernandez is going to be like, it counts, but I'm curious what you guys think. Do you think that should count? Is that like part of being the sixth man, is like starting when somebody goes down? But Quickley was incredible, dude. Dropped 40 and 9 last night, and really has been on a heater the last couple of weeks, or the last like really month and a half. Really, it seems like ever since that Celtics game happened. No, he's definitely been good off the bench, Fernandez, but I don't think he'd be considered sixth man except when Brunson went down. When Brunson went down, that's when he moved into the sixth man conversation, right? He lit up the Celtics in the double overtime game, strung a big thing, big like run together, and he's been awesome. I mean, IQ's been great. Happy you guys didn't trade him. No, I totally agree. Like, I hope this doesn't come off as I'm saying Quickley is not a deserving bench play. I think Quickley's great. He does it on, like, he's honestly the best version of Bones Highland, right? He's got Bones offensive numbers, and but he also plays defense. Stupid Loop said, isn't that also the argument with Maxey? Yeah, but so I think Maxey's done it a little bit more consistently off the bench, but I agree with you. Yeah, Grimes has been great too. Weisberg was saying, hate to say it, he probably wins the sixth man. Brogdon will finally finish second. I'm about to throw another name into the sixth man of the year conversation, which I don't think should win, but I want people to get excited about it. I feel like we should be talking about it a little bit more. Honorable mention, if you will. Federico in the house. What's up, Federico? Reminder, like the stream, subscribe, put hashtag Wolves into the chat. We'll give something away here in a little bit. Only 13 entrants. Let's go. Like the stream, subscribe, hashtag Wolves. All right, let's keep cooking. Good win for the Knicks, though. Sorry, I was supposed to say Kevin Porter Jr. dropped 26 and 4. Randall 26 and 4. Let's get a little Randall shout, huh? Regular season Randall. Where is it? There it is.
Regular season Randall.
IQ better defender than Maxey? Oh, yeah, but like I'm a better defender than Maxey. Maxey is not a defender. Yeah, Bobby Porter should be in the conversation too. I think Bobby's been great. Bobby's been great all year. He can get a shout. I don't think he should be winning it, but he should get a shout. RJ was good too. RJ was fine. I'm not going to tell. All right, let's relax, Fernandez. That's enough bing bong, boys. Okay. But yeah, good win for the Knicks. Beat the teams you're supposed to beat. Keeping the pressure on. I'm sorry. They're not keeping the pressure on. They're in the 5 seed. They are in the 5 seed. All right. Suns beat the Jazz. This one was kind of spicy because in the third quarter, all of a sudden it was like kind of close. It was like 81-80 at one point, but Suns pull away 117-103. I'm officially waving a red flag on Chris Paul. I'm nervous about CP3. His numbers are not good. And like they've been hitting a little bit with how many assists he was getting for a little while. Like you'd be like, all right, he only scored 8 points, but he had like 14 dimes. I don't know. Chicken Frog, you're in the chat, right? Any other Suns fans here? I don't know if Wet Like on Books here this morning. How are we feeling about Chris Paul? And maybe you're like, whatever. If this is what he does when KD's back, that's enough because all we need him to do is facilitate, get a couple of buckets. But we'll have KD, we'll have D-Book. We got DeAndre Ayton, who returned last night. Ayton returned after missing a couple of games, so the Biyombo run is over. But he had 14 and 8 in return. Lauri Markkanen also came back from the injury. He dropped 25 and 9. Lauri's so good, man. We the people saying he had hit his decline with assists. Yeah, I'm curious what, like, I'd like to hear from Suns fan. You are not a Suns fan, Boston base. But yeah, would be curious to hear what Suns fans, Phoenix feel. Weisberg says Phoenix pulled away in the fourth. The non-Booker minutes looked gross with a bunch of non-shooters. So I guess we'll start to get a feel, right? The Suns play again on Wednesday, I think, and KD's supposed to return on Wednesday. So they'll get a handful of games with their full squad, hashtag squad goals. And so we'll see how they look. Chicken Frick said he's on autopilot. He's saving it for the playoffs. Okay, there we go. I like that take. That's a glass half full take. I like that he sees the finish line. He's tired of getting hurt in the playoffs every year. Let me take the foot off the gas. Make sure I do enough that we win. Let Devin Booker cook. Let's get some Okogie points. All that stuff. For 3 games to get hurt again? Talking about KD coming back. He has been fragile, but I hope he's back, man. I hope he's back. The basketball is better with KD. Basketball is better with KD. Okay. So we need him back here. Hold on. We're going to do a little mental health check because we are still battling the elements here. Let's do this one. Hey, man, I noticed that some of my Series 2 moments, I spent a lot of money on them and it's not worth as much. So, Jacob, can you make it worth more? Steve said the great question. Has anyone called him Chris Paul 3? Maybe we need to start doing that. Be a little bit more formal. I'm not friends with Chris, right? Who am I to call him by his nickname? Chris Paul 3. Basketball. I disagree, man. I actually think I liked KD on the Warriors. I didn't care. Maybe it's because the Celtics weren't really competitive then, so I didn't really care. That was great basketball. You should beat them then, like LeBron did. I guess KD wasn't on that team. Whatever. All right, let's keep moving. Good win for the Suns. All right, Nuggets Sixers. Nuggets Sixers, man. I was so mad. And let's do this first. So yesterday, article comes out from The Athletic. Joel Embiid sits down with Shams. Joel Embiid sits down with Shams talking a little bit about this year. In the interview, they talk a little bit about the MVP, and he's talking about how he's taking an organic approach to the MVP this year, the MVP race. I'm sorry. You're taking an organic approach while having a sit-down interview talking about the MVP race? I got to tell you, I think Embiid would have won an MVP already if he wasn't corny like this. And I like Embiid. I'm an Embiid fan. I think Embiid was deserving. And I don't think that we should take away the MVP because he rested last night, even though it was wildly disappointing for the fans. I think a lot of us were excited to see these 2 MVP candidates square off like we did on Saturday between Jokic and Giannis. But man, like the interview of being like, yeah, I'm actually focused on winning this year. But also then he takes shots at like data analytics about how the criteria changes every year, which all of that is true. But here's the thing. Maybe let somebody else pat you on the back. You know what I mean? There are other people out there that want you to win MVP. You don't, when it feels orchestrated like this, and the same goes for Denver when Mike Malone went on his rant. You guys don't need to do that. We don't need to hear from Daryl Morey. You know who's not out there campaigning? Mike Budenholzer, right? We're not hearing anyone from the Bucks organization. So my vote, which I don't have, goes to Giannis just because he hasn't fucking talked about it. And it's just such a bummer. It's so dorky, like to make it seem like, yeah, actually, I completely changed my game. I completely changed my mindset. I'm not interested in the MVP. I don't care about it. I care about winning. But thank you for asking me about the MVP, Shams. And while we talk about it a little bit more, here are all the reasons why I should be deserved for the MVP. Also, what does he mean nobody likes him? Is there been a campaign that nobody likes Embiid? The only person that I know that doesn't like Embiid is like Hassan Whiteside. And last I checked, Whiteside doesn't have a vote. So what does he mean? What does he mean nobody likes him? We don't like Pat Beverly. We don't like, well, some of us don't like Russell Westbrook. We don't like, actually, that's not true. I do like Russell Westbrook. What are we talking about? It's just such a bummer, man. That was Troel, common mistake. But I think people like that. Cat hates Embiid. That's fine. Cat doesn't have a vote either. But was anybody out there being like, man, I hate Embiid? No one hates Embiid. Yeah, we don't like Dylan Brooks. That's another good one. Let other people do your deed. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's rewind a year ago. Pretend you're a top shot influencer, and you're not getting the respect you need. Instead of doing a Twitter video crying about how you're not getting packs, have somebody else do it for you. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be that mouthpiece for yourself. I don't know. Whiteside killing it in the Puerto Rican League. Good for Whiteside, man. Anyways, that just bummed me out. Like, of course, I was disappointed that we didn't. Well, yeah, and if anyone says they don't care about MVP, why are they playing? Doesn't anyone want to be considered the best? Yeah, but my whole thing is just like, don't tell me we're out there. The whole idea of saying I'm taking an organic approach and then having a sit-down interview specifically talking about it is just contradictory in itself. And I just feel like you would go a longer way if you just didn't talk about it. Or talk about it, but don't like lie to me. You lied to me. I don't remember any of the words. What else we got here? Federico says Joker doesn't care about the MVP. Do not give that man again. And Embiid will go out on live TV and give everyone the MVP celebration. Giannis already has to give Joel that. Listen, Joel, just earn it, man. Earn it. I swear to God, like you would have. Also, here's the other thing. And I don't disagree. And then we'll talk about the game. I'm sure he needed the rest. Like he's been logging heavy minutes. Harden's missed a handful of games in a row. So Embiid has had to do so much, right? Why not sit one of those two games? Golden State and Phoenix, right? You had a back-to-back. Play the Golden State game, sit the Phoenix game, go play Denver. What happened there? For what's worth, I understand. Yeah, of course, I understand. Yeah, I just like, that interview was lame as hell. Anyways, let's go. Let's talk about the game. Nuggets beat the Sixers 116-111. Nuggets had control of the game for the entire game until like the last 5 minutes when they stopped carrying a little bit. Philly had a flurry, made it a little bit close, but game was never really in question. Nuggets get the W. Maxey was solid, 29, 5, and 4. Paul Reed didn't start, but off the bench, dropped to 16 and 9. Tobias had 16 and 5. Bruce Brown, actually everybody, because Embiid didn't play last night, it was a dunk fest. Bruce Brown had a poster. Aaron Gordon had a poster. Jeff Green had a poster. Who else? There was somebody else. Oh, Christian Brown. Christian Brown had this putback slam. Jokic, though, 25 points, 17 boards, 12 dimes. Jamal had 18 and 7. Bruce Brown, 18 and 5 off the bench. Yeah, anyways, agree that there was a better game for him to sit for the team's benefits, too. Seems MVP is starting to be a charity award. Can't give it to Giannis or Joker because they already won, so we need to pick someone else to be fair. I like the idea of like using that as a tiebreaker. I don't know. Well, anyways, whatever. Good win. Another triple-double. Another win for Denver. Denver, after falling apart for a week, Denver did a little Celtics, right? Where they're just like, what if we just lose 5 games in a row, make everybody concerned, and then rip off a bunch of W's? So good win for Denver. The schedule was nice to them, too, because a lot of these games have been at home, but good win. Only 2 games left. Pelicans and Blazers. Blazers are done. We don't have to watch another Portland game for the rest of the year. They are not fun to watch. That was disgusting. Pelicans scored like 40 points in the first quarter. It was over immediately. They won 124-90. BI, Brandon Ingram dropped 29-6. Jonas Trinish had 10 points and 21 boards. So tune into No Dunks here at 10 a.m. to talk about some beef. CJ had 17-8. And then the Blazers, the only thing I'm going to talk about for so rare purposes, Keon Johnson had 20-6 off the bench. Pelicans still in it, hanging around. Yeah, Cam Reddish stinks. Everybody stinks. The Blazers organization stinks. Should have done this 3 weeks ago. If Joker or Giannis played in LA or New York, how many MVPs would they have won? I don't know. That cuts both ways, right? I'll tell you what. Joker definitely wouldn't be in consideration for third if he played in New York or LA, because I think they'd be hammering him a little bit harder for not getting it done in the playoffs. Anyways, I thought Embiid had the lead on this, and I feel like he's still going to win. I wonder, do you guys think voters will hold last night against him? I know Kendrick Perkins tweeted that out or said something to that regards, being like, I can't vote for you now. But I can't imagine Kendrick Perkins is the norm. You know what I'm saying? Like, that might be the outlier. Frankie Smokes will. Frankie Smokes has been good this year off the bench in limited minutes. He hasn't been good, but he'll still be here. Anyways, put that answer into the chat. Clippers beat the Bulls last game of the night, 124-112. Zach LaVine dropped 23-5. DeMar had 21-7-5. Vucci Mane 20-8. Oh, Joker Rock's here. Hello, Joker Rock. Hey, listen. Not to like round the troops up again, but we talked about Nicholas Batum last night. We talked about old Batum as a so rare play, and what did he do? He dropped 24, 5, and 3. Kawhi had 22, 7, and 6. Eric Gordon had 22 as a starter, and Russ with 12, 10, and 5. That was last night's roundup. Let's do another mental health check so I can cough. But I'm just not going to do it, guys. And it feels good to not cave to the chat because I am the boss. Like I said earlier, I'm in charge today. I am in charge. You can't tell me what to do. There we go. Oh my God, I forgot the Kings and the Wolves. Did I write over? I must have written over my notes. Like the stream, subscribe, put hashtag Wolves. I must have written. Did I write over my notes or did I just skip it? Let me see. They made the thumbnail. Wow. Man, I wrote over it. My bad, guys. Hold on one sec. Yeah, we got to talk about the biggest game of the night. Oh, actually, yeah. How did I miss that? My bad. My apologies to Borland specifically. Listen, this is a great win for Minnesota. Great win. They won 119-115. Sacramento clinched a playoff berth last night with a W. Not today. Not today. McDaniels dropped 20 points, 3 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals. I think he had like 12 points in the first quarter. Like, he was off to a hot start. Kyle Anderson with a dub, 15-11. Rudy had 16, dropped 4 dimes as well. Ant-Man had 17. Conley had 16. Listen, all 5 starters in double digits. They also had Naz Reid with 18 and Jalen Noel with 14. So that's 7 dudes in double figures. But more importantly, this was the take that I was excited to share. We need more consideration for Naz Reid, 6th man of the year. All right. If Montrezl Harrell was in the conversation for a while, and I think he won one, yes, let's give Naz Reid a nod. All right. He's not better. He's not going to win over Emmanuel Quickley or Malcolm Brogdon, but why not Naz Reid? Why not Naz Reid in that combo, right? He has been their most consistent producer, honestly, both with the starters and with the bench unit. He's consistently productive, whether he's playing 30 minutes or 15 minutes. Like last night, what did he play? He played 21 minutes, 18, 4, 1, 1, 1. Well, he was -8 last night. But right? What? Can we give a little nod? Can we get a little nod to Naz Reid? Why haven't we heard that conversation yet? It's been all Bogdanovich and Quickley. Free Naz Reid. And Naz Reid is about to be a starter on a different team, or he's going to be the most expensive backup big in the league. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Free Nas. All right. Sorry about that, Borland. Good win for Minnesota. Just to highlight some of the Kangs. Fox returned last night with 29, 6, and 4. So good to see that injury wasn't too serious. Sabone 24, 10, and 4. That's really it. Harrison Barnes had 19. He was hot in the first quarter. Didn't do anything else after that. Yeah. Top Shot comment. Great point. Mavs need somebody like him. Somebody that can just fucking rebound. Definitely JMW. What's JMW? Why can't I think of who JMW is? Juan Miscano Wenderson. Who's JMW? I know this. Somebody that I should know. Damn it. JMW. Now this would be a beast in Brooklyn or Milwaukee. Yeah, like Bobby Portis only signed a 1-year deal. I wonder if he comes back. What middle? Yeah, I don't. Yeah, somebody might overpay. Somebody definitely might overpay, but good for him, man. He deserves it back. He deserves it back. Oh, Weisberg, my bad. Weisberg, my bad. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. I liked Juan Miscano Wenderson instead. All right, let's take a look at the standings. Let's take a look at the standings. All right, now I got to go back. I had everything organized for today, and then I messed up one thing. Let's look at the standings here. Not too much movement in the East. Bucks picking up that half game by playing last night. And the Sixers lose a half game. So the Celtics are now 3 games clear in the loss column of Philly, which is big for them. So Boston's pretty much in that 2 seed, right? Because they've played 75 games, so we got 7 games left. So that's good for the C's. Bucks have a tough schedule the rest of the way. If the Celtics beat them on Thursday, all of a sudden it's a 1-game lead. But I still think the Bucks are the best team in the league right now. So I'm going to say Bucks 1 seed, Celtics 2 seed, Sixers 3 seed. Even though this is the one thing I wanted to point out, the Cavs just a game and a half back now. 2 games back in the loss column, so it's still probably Sixers 3, Cavs 4, but that would really mess some shit up. Also, I looked into it yesterday. I know I was saying that. Everybody thought I was crazy. Even though the Nets are in the 6th seed right now, the winner of that division between Heat and Hawks are the 6th seed. So even though we see Brooklyn in here, it does seem like Brooklyn is going to fall out of the 6 no matter what. So that would put them in the play-in game, and the Heat have a 3-game lead. So it seems like we are going to get Sixers, Heat in the first round. We'll get Cavs, Knicks, and then I kind of think it's going to be Raptors, Nets, and that the Hawks fall out because the Hawks just seem not great, Bob. And then whatever, Wizards, Pacers, all those guys are out. And who knows? I mean, maybe that's some disrespect to Chicago because Chicago's been playing really well. But if I'm Toronto, I need to catch Atlanta, because it's going to be Brooklyn in the 7 seed. So Brooklyn and Toronto in the 7-8 seed, and then Chicago and Hawks in the 9 team. Anyways, there we go. That's it for that. Let's look at the Western Conference. So Nuggets get the W, so they pick up a half game, and then there we go. This is your 1, 2, 3. Denver, Memphis, Kangs light the beam. Suns now just a half game over the Clippers, but we know the Clippers are going to continue to fall. Yeah, and then we've got the Timberwolves, though, jump ahead of the Warriors because they have that tiebreaker after that big W this weekend. So the Wolves, that was a big dub. That was a big dub for the Wolves. They are now in the 6th seed, which would give them Wolves-Kings, which would be a hilarious matchup first round. I would love that. So right now you're looking at Suns-Clips, Wolves-Kings, Warriors now in the play-in game. The Pelicans, who we were pretty much ready to kiss goodbye to, have Zion hopefully ready right around the corner and are now in the 8th seed. Lakers in the 9 seed and the Oklahoma City Thunder in the 10 seed. And this 9-10 matchup right here, they are 1 game back left of the loss column. And then you've got the Mavs, who are a half game back between the Lakers and the Thunders, but 1 game ahead in the loss column, that is. And then you got the Jazz, who the Jazz have now fallen out. Blazers have fallen out. So this is it. One of the Mavs, Thunder, Lakers, Pels, Warriors are not going to make it. There's a 2-game difference between the 7 seed and the 11 seed. Pretty much crazy. Pretty crazy here. Let's look at the schedule, too, for the upcoming week. People were asking how many games are left. Somewhere between 6 and 8 for each team, I think. Somewhere between 6 and 8. So the Mavs are rooting for the Hornets tonight. Yeah, okay. They've already helped them out quite a bit. Hey, let's remind the people too. Like the stream. Oh, that's my notes. That's so rare. That's the standings. Like the stream, subscribe, #Wolves. Is the Wi-Fi down? I thought it was pretty good. I don't have any. I think my Wi-Fi might be good, Federico. Is anybody else having some Wi-Fi issues? I thought I was crystal clear, baby. I thought I was crystal clear. But yeah, so that we got a spicy stuff. Let's look at the schedule. I know tonight's a little soft, and then we get fired up for. All right, actually no, I'm sorry. So we got Boston and Washington at 7:00. Cleveland and Atlanta, which is kind of fun. This is a huge game though. Miami and Toronto. Toronto's going to win these home games. And then you got Orlando and Memphis, Charlotte, OKC. OKC, we pointed this out. OKC's got 3 soft games. And Golden State, New Orleans, weirdly a playoff game, right? Weirdly a playoff game. Because if New Orleans somehow gets a W here, that Golden State is in nightmare mode. They might be slipping to the 9-10. And I can't stress enough, right? When we look at those standings, I mean, if you're the Lakers, you're playing maybe Denver. I mean, I'm sorry, if you're the Nuggets, you're playing maybe Lakers or the Warriors in the first round, or even the Grizzlies, man. You could get a 2-7 matchup of Memphis and Golden State, or Memphis and Minnesota. Both sexy, both real sexy. So that's what we get tonight. Philly and Dallas on Wednesday will be pretty exciting. Miami and New York as well. Minnesota and Phoenix. Like a lot of important games in that. OKC, Detroit on a back-to-back. And then Thursday, the Boston, Milwaukee, another playoff game really for the Pels. So we get some spicy stuff here. All right, let's take a quick mental health break here so I can cough up some phlegm. And then let's do a different video. What do you guys need? Mate, you know what? We're actually about to talk some Top Shots. So why don't we do a little throwback here? We'll do a little like mini break.
Well, the Top Shot streets are a dangerous place, so you better tune in to a credible face like this one. Yeah, this one. And I know he's not alone, and they're coming in hot. We got a Lake so Stan and a guy who really likes baseball. I don't know why he likes baseball. We got legs and a guy in a bearsuit. We're making money up YouTube clips, big ticket flips. We got potential to grow. She's in the NBA. What else can I say? You gotta get in the know. Even Washington's inside game, live talking flag. Why are you selling so low? Those Canadian bacon and friends, fun never ends. Come on and get on the This is not financial advice.
It's funny. My brain is like trained to be like, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. All right. I want to talk a little bit about, actually, we just had a So Rare announcement too that we need to talk about as well, but these two things go together. So last night, the NBA account, the NBA Twitter account tweeted out basically like, look at the top 7 moments presented by So Rare or whatever, and tweeted it out. And then everybody lost their goddamn mind. Everybody lost their mind. And there's this like fine balance, right? Of like, it is funny. We should make fun of it. I love that. I love that we make fun of it. I'm all for the comedy. But what ends up happening, this weird thing ends up happening where everyone that is a Top Shot fan has this initial, or Top Shot bag holder has this initial reaction, right? This initial reaction to be like, wow, Top Shot effed up again. Oh, is this really the future of fandom? So Rare. Good luck with your cards, whatever, right? That's like the initial reaction every time. And then it's tweaked because clearly somebody at the NBA messed up, right? Somebody at the NBA messed up. They go ahead and then they redo it. And then the reaction is, it's no longer Top Shot messed up. It's like, wow, can you believe So Rare spent that money? And like, yeah, that tweet does nothing. That moves no needles. That moves 0 needles, whether it's for Top Shot or for So Rare. It doesn't matter. It moves no needles. But we have these wild swings and reactions that truly have nothing to do with the product. And I think there's this weird psyche, right? That I think everyone is nervous. And I've talked about this before about being wrong. Because if we're wrong, not only is it like we were down on our financial investment, we lost money, but that we like backed the wrong horse, so to say. And so we like throw throw our weight behind stuff like only like that there can only be one Highlander, right? There's only one. Only one can exist, which is just like wrong. And it's bad. It's like bad like you look dumb. It's bad for the product that you're excited about. It's bad for the other product. It's just this like weird energy. Also, Eric, we came here to laugh. Eric, you can bing bong your ass right out of here. But it's just like I don't understand. I don't understand the approach. I don't understand why we do it. I just like instead of being so concerned about being wrong, I actually just had a conversation with somebody about this because this is something that I struggle with all the time. Because, and I apologize if I'm saying this again and that you've heard this before, but when I moved to New York to do comedy, there's this like fear that I move back home someday to Massachusetts, not to my house, but to like Massachusetts or whatever, or I'm no longer pursuing the comedy dream. It's like, wow, dude, what an idiot. This dude moved away for 8 years, 9 years, 10 years, and didn't achieve anything, didn't find success. Or now we've pivoted to a different way where I'm like, oh, I'm going to do content, right? And what if I'm wrong? What if 5 years from now, I'm not doing this anymore, or this hasn't been successful, and then we look like an idiot? So instead of like dealing with that, we're just like, let me find a wall to throw some shit at. And that's what ends up happening. That's what we're seeing with Top Shot and Sorare. And this isn't specific just to Top Shot, by the way, or Web3 in general, but it's just a little bit more prominent right now because I saw a bunch of Sorare accounts yesterday being like, whoa, dude, look, I thought Top Shot was a future fandom. Look at the NBA account, baby. Have you ever had a sit down with Adam Silver? Who cares? None of that matters. None of that matters at all. And it's the most bizarre response. And maybe it makes sense. Maybe it's this whole like jealousy thing. And again, to relate it back to comedy, if you're running in these same comedy circles for a long time, and then all of a sudden you see someone on TV and you're like, oh, dude, you think you're fucking better than me? I'm better than that guy. Why am I not on TV? Instead of just being like, oh, hell yeah, congrats to that person, right? And I like they're so clearly, and we did we worked with we like partnered up with Stay Stacked yesterday, who did a VIP spaces for Top Shot, like getting to hear from some of the VIP perspective, the VIP perspective, right? And so like because I just wanted different voices talking about Top Shot, so it's not the same thing. I think it's just like good to diversify all that stuff, right? So more of that in the future. But we partnered up with them. We had the spaces, and there was a lot of, for whatever reason, people started asking me questions about Sorare who like know nothing about it. And it just like made me realize like, oh, people just hate this thing to hate this thing. They don't even know. They don't know that it's a fucking game. They don't know that it's like what it looks like. They don't know anything about it, but we're just like naturally triggered to be upset at the other thing. Because again, I think there's fear of just being wrong. Yeah, I don't know. I think is the spaces recorded? I don't know. I'll have to check with Stay Stack. I didn't think I wasn't going to be I didn't think I was going to be able to make it last night. I only made for some of it, but normally I will normally I will record that. And yeah, I know people are saying, guys, I'm fine. I'm fine. I just think like it's a natural thing that our brain does, right? It's a natural thing that our brain does where we're like, it's a defense mechanism, right? Because you're putting yourself out there a little bit. You're putting yourself out there, you know? Like, I know we always make fun of the hashtag we're early stuff, and we are. It is stupid. It is stupid that we should be making fun of it. We should stop saying that. But because you have like found a thing that you're excited about that was worth a lot of stuff, that is no longer worth a ton of stuff, and that there's this like public perception that it's all hashtag scams, there's like this fear of being like, oh man, I'm wrong. And now we see something that we perceive as a competitor when in actuality, it's not. Like rising tides, water goes up, right? I think that's what the focus should be. But I don't know. It bums me out. It bums me out because as somebody that does want to talk about both, it is kind of weird. And I think like we've created an environment like Boston based. I know he doesn't do Sorare and he likes to poke jokes at it, but he does it in a fun way. Like I understand what's happening. He's goofing, right? So I know there are people in our community that are here specifically for Top Shot or here specifically for Sorare. There's some that do both, but usually, you know, you have a camp. And I feel like we have a good vibe here. Like we all know we're on the same team. But it is kind of it's just weird to watch it unfold. And I feel like it does a disservice to the space, you know? Like if that's the first thing you see, Like, who's joining? It's like, whoa, wow, I gotta hate this thing. Anyways, and again, this isn't specific to Web3. It's not specific to Dapper and So Rare. It's not, it's not that. It's everything. It's fucking politics. It's comedy. It's everything. That's just like what our brains do. And we gotta stop it. We gotta stop it. Oh man. Hey Mike, the captain's program should do more less challenges. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that was. Anyways, I don't. Whatever. But yeah, I think as the spaces itself for the first one was fine. I think my hosting brain takes over and it's like, okay, this needs to be more organized. Bang, bang, bang. But anyways, I need an outlet for my misplaced rage though. Yeah, dude, therapy. We need to fix some of the captains though. Do you mean like so they don't have kids? Is that what you mean? So let me understand this. All the common So Rare stuff will be useless after this season. Yeah, but you didn't pay dick for it. You know what I mean? It was free. It was free. They actually haven't announced that. I will say though, one troubling thing, and we've seen this happen on the Dapper side. Now, So Rare came out. I want to make sure I get this right. So Rare recently came out and said that they are trying to create their own like fiat thing on there. So they kind of like the So Rare dollar. So it's easier to put money into your wallet, take money out of your wallet, right? But they just made an announcement right now. And it looks like they just make an adjustment to the announcement. Here we go. I'll actually just read it. So there's key updates regarding payments, baby. So no longer being able to use credit cards. They're going to temporarily remove credit card payments on its manager sales marketplace, just the secondary market. Note, So Rare managers will still be able to use their ETH wallet to purchase digital player cards and facilitate exchanges, and there will be no payment changes to So Rare's primary marketplace. So this is just secondary. So like any platform that operates on a marketplace, So Rare has to consider trade-offs between flexibility and safety in our payments. But they are on their way to creating their own fiat thing. That is definitely a sit back though. Yeah, and I agree with the people. I think we'll see a change in engagement if we start seeing some dollars. All I have is So Rare Commons L. But yeah, you get more free ones. It's not like you can't play anymore. They're just saying you can't use. They're not going to have the same boost. They're just going to be like, they'll scrap it, start again. My therapist sent me here. God, honestly, community leaders with no kids would be great. Yeah, well, you know what? Or pay them. Pay the community leaders. That would be a whole different ball game. Stop relying on volunteers to do your community work. Put some effort in. That's the problem. And that was my biggest issue. And like, I know Dream came on the spaces and was just saying like, we need Top Shot to do less and third parties to do more. If we're relying on people with full-time jobs who are just doing this so they can be part of it, part of the community, because they like to their goodness of their heart or whatever, want to volunteer because someone needs to do it, fine, go for it. That's great. But if we are relying on development of this product because fucking we're out there ringing bells like the Salvation Army, those people probably get paid. Like, put some real thought, infrastructure, and money behind your community. And I think they will. I do think Top Shot's going to do it. I do think they will do it. Excuse me. Sorry. Normally I mute. I think people will find it's actually fun to start over with commons. Yeah, I think so too. I get it. If you've been playing only commons and you've been building your roster to hopefully win a limited, and then they're like, hey, by the way, we're taking it away. Yeah, I totally get it. That's frustrating. But just remind yourself that you put no money into it. Captains need a break. Some volunteers are committing 20. Yeah, that exactly. And if this is like similar to, again, I'll make it about comedy, when they like, theaters or clubs would be like, hey, yeah, we actually can't pay you dollars, but we'll pay you an exposure. It's like, that's horseshit. Pay me. That's why I make sure we pay people that work with us. Shout out Veronica. How the captain's program is set up would have worked maybe peak COVID, but people just don't have that much free time. Yeah. And that's not to dump on the captain's program. I think some people, like I saw Eric, shout out Eric from the Mohawks community who was out there, or the Hawks community, excuse me, who they just got season tickets for next year. So they're going to be able to get people to games in the community. I think that shit's great. I love that stuff. But I think if we're relying on them specifically, while Top Shot themselves continues to cut the budget that's given to that community, fuck that. What else? Yeah, the reliance on third. It's a weird, yeah. Like I'm pro third party. Floaty is awesome. Momentum Labs awesome. All in the moment, it's great. I love that. Third party stuff helps fill out the ecosystem. It helps give us stuff to do, tools to use. All of that is a pro. But if we are relying on outside sources to make that product be the real thing, why don't we just put our time and money into the third parties? Because they're clearly doing more than the product itself. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's what's happening, but I'm saying if that is your thesis moving forward, why invest in Top Shot? I should just be investing in Floaty. If they're doing more of the legwork, why are we putting it into Top Shot? It's like the same thing, the whole Ballers conversation, when they were like, once you can change your avatar on Top Shot, Ballers is going to moon. If you are reliant on Top Shot doing well, just put your money into Top Shot. Anyways. A lot of third-party things that popped up just seemed like startups which failed because they were trying to do stuff out of their parents' basement. There are some good ones, though. Yeah, and the good ones are still here. The good ones are still here. I saw rare investment is a lot of time, so losing commons will probably make me quit the platform. It's like replaying a game and having to start over. That's fair. That's totally fair. That's totally fair. Anyway, sorry. Look, I didn't know it was going to be Mike Zarantararian this morning. I didn't know that that's the direction we were going to go. But I did want to talk about like the Spaces thing was not that it was weird. I mean, I think it's good that people are asking questions about So Rare, but it's just to see like how angry people are about. And also let me ask you this. So no secret, we are an affiliate to So Rare, right? So like people can sign up using a promo code and that's exciting. And for us, because we get a little kickback if people sign up. Would you guys be mad if we had a Top Shot affiliate or a Dapper affiliate? Would people be upset about that? Or would you be excited that it's somebody else getting the word out? Because I know like the initial reaction to talking about So Rare, everyone was like, sell out, #ad, you hate Top Shot. Why did you do this? If Top Shot comes out with something similar, or if Dapper comes out with something similar, would people be as upset? And I asked that because it came up last night about the So Rare, like, because they didn't even know. I think people just thought we were going to have, I think people thought I was making like $1 million off this. And like, they don't understand what an affiliate link is. We do the same thing with Underdog. No one's mad we're partnered up with Underdog. But it goes back to the conversation before of this like insecurity of being wrong. But do you think people would be upset if Top Shot started doing affiliate stuff? Chat's gone quiet. Chat's gone quiet. I'm wondering why. Get out of bed at all. Shout out Dido in the morning, huh? Love Dido. Merkmai said I'd be happy for the influencers. Would be a good way to get some new users. Only Sims gave you shit for So Rare affiliate links. That is true, Josh. That is true. That is true. Can So Rare buy Dapper and use moments of these games or vice versa? No, those are two different products. All right, here we go. Play Trae Young and Fred VanVleet overs on Underdog. There we go. Thank you. See, no opinion. No, it's like no one is heard. But yeah, I just like the initial reaction was so rare. No, already thought they did something like this. Wouldn't that be smart? Wouldn't it be nice if they do that? Yeah, this is the big brain thinking. You guys have to be on board with whatever way money comes in. Speaking of which, we got a meeting on Friday about some brands, baby. Some brands, baby. We're excited. All right. Anything else we need to hit? I apologize if this felt a little preachy. I hope this was good. Honestly, I'm not going to apologize. This is my show. I do what I want. All right. Do what I want. Let me see. I want to see if we're doing any other content today. I got to check something. I might spring up another surprise. All right. I can't announce anything yet. Caitlin Clark should play in the NBA. Caitlin Clark's incredible. Just a monster. Excited to watch the Final Four. Baby brands. Yeah, we need some baby brands. #sell. Rudy Gobert's been very solid lately. Want to make that known. Yeah, Weisberg actually gave Rudy a shout earlier in the chat. Yeah, Rudy's been great. Speaking of so rare, hashtag ad, hashtag yo mama. This is what my squads are looking like so far. Is this the announcement? Yeah, key updates. Okay. So my limited contest, not bad. Jabari Walker dropped to 15. TJ McConnell dropped 35. De'Aaron Fox with 48. We still got Daniel Gafford, who's questionable, which might be a problem. Gabe Vincent has got 2 games left. Limited champion, Shaden Sharp disappointed. We got 35 from Javon Carter. Sabonis needs to get more. Same thing with Jamal. And then Freddie Buckets. My underdog, I got 20 out of Christian Brown, 20 out of Man, 22 out of Livers. Still got 2 left. But my rare contender, which I said I was going to give away all my goddamn so rare cards if this doesn't cash. We got a rare tier 4 right now. We got a 52 out of Rudy. Eubanks and Sharp kind of disappointed a little bit. Benedict Mathurin dropped 40. And we got 2 games left out of Gabe Vincent, which is exciting. Oh, we got a cop. Some of those same people are making boatloads on playback. Yeah, all of the people who were like out on so rare. Also, would like to know somebody who's on playback a lot. Are you watching multiple streams at the same time, boosting people's numbers? Check it out. Also, I'm not sure if we talked about Emmanuel quickly. Yes, you are, Eric. You were here for that. Eric. All right, we are going to do a giveaway. I'm not going to forget today. Last call. Like the stream. Subscribe. Hashtag Wolves. Yeah, more like soft on with hard on. I know. I was pretty disappointed with I was so excited to watch that game last night. Also, my underdog bags. I had so much James Harden. I got to say, I am addicted to these. I'm addicted to these. What's it called? These dailies on Underdog. Yeah, I've seen people pushing watchers to do multiple streams. You know what's messed up? I see people who work for playback doing that. So they're like costing their employer money. What are you doing? That's a weird move. But I'm pro playback. I love everything playback's doing. I'm really excited. I think they've got a town hall coming up this week. I think that's this week. So I'm looking forward to it. I don't think we have a playback tonight. I got to see if Watcher Work's happening. But I don't think we have a playback or Watcher Work tonight. I'm supposed to do my weekly trivs in real life, but I've been really oh yeah, mate, you're right, Tandy. Maybe they're in on it. Maybe that's what they want. Got to pump it for the VCs. That's good. Yeah, I'm supposed to do my in real life show tonight, but because I've been like battling here some congestion, if you will, a little nervous of getting back out there and just immediately setting myself back. Oh yeah, Boston based dude, set it up. I'll retweet that. You do it. I won't do one. You do one. I'll retweet it. We'll get the people pumping. It's good. All right, if you win this giveaway, shoot me a DM, either at Mike's Carrying on Twitter or in the Discord. Looking forward to it. Hit me with it. Hit me with the good. Ooh, Cameron Quinlan, Pack Drip. This is your birthday present, Pack Drip. Happy birthday to Pack Drip. Someone should do a playback for the NBA bit. That would be funny. That's Inception. Is playback like Twitch? Mike, playback, hey, there's a link in the show notes. I'll actually drop it in the chat right now. There's a link to our playback, but basically what it is, instead of Twitch, playback is like if we were watching a game together. So say like last night, Weisberg did Nuggets and Sixers last night. So it's basically like a stream while we watch the game. So it's definitely worth it. It's a lot of fun. What else we got? Anything else exciting we need to hit? I think that's it. I think we did it. As always, appreciate everyone being here. I'm having fun. Content's king. We're having a good time. I feel refreshed. I feel good. So I hope you guys feel good. It's Tuesday. It's dark. It's dreary, but we out here. I don't think we have anything else coming up the rest of the day. So we'll see y'all tomorrow morning. We out.